What's going on, everybody? Today is day 1 of 20 days of mixed media play. Now, I created this list of prompts just to kind of help people get their stash out and just play with mediums and their supplies. Hopefully helping people get out of a creative rut if they are in one. So the link for this list will be down in the description box, as well as all of the supplies. And then I'm also having a live class, mixed media class, on September 6th. The link for that will be down below as well. So just wanted to get that out of the way. It's going to be a ton of fun. We're going to be creating 4 cards, and then there's also a bonus card. It's mixed media foundations. So it's basically taking you through mixed media techniques and the process, and I'm breaking it down into easy, manageable steps so that you can create them yourself. So if that's something you're into, then grab that class. The price will go up after September 6th. Right now it's $18. Anyways, back to the mixed media play. So we're going to create a watercolor wash background and some splatters. So what I have here is I actually grabbed my watercolor pencil palettes and I created these. Several people have videos on these on YouTube, but I had done a video for my watercolor pencil class. And I absolutely love these because I love the distress line, and the pencils are quite different than sprays, obviously. So I need to grab some water, so I'll be right back. All right, so I have my paper. This is mixed media paper. I'm not using watercolor paper only because I like the Strathmore mixed media paper a lot more. And I have it on top of this cooling rack. Now, the cooling rack really helps because it lifts up the paper, and then if I were to get any extra like paint or water or anything on the side here, it's going to eliminate pooling, help eliminate, because sometimes if you have it like directly on the side right here, you can get some of that extra color and then it kind of just creates a muddy mess. And then so I like to actually kind of tilt it a little bit, but then when I'm drying it, and then when it's drying, it allows the air to flow through the paper, and then it helps it dry faster. So I'm going to dip my paintbrush in some water, and I have my palettes here, which I think I'm going to use this one here. Now, all I did was use the shavings from the Distress watercolor pencils. It's pretty simple. And let's see, I'll probably do some blues. I don't know which colors are which. I can kind of tell a little bit, but not really, to be completely honest. Just going to spritz a little bit of water on here. Now the prompt is watercolor wash background and splatters. So I'm just going to take my paintbrush and just add some color here. Now, I am not a watercolorist, so bear with me if I'm doing this completely wrong. Now, let's see. I think this might be Stormy Sky. I think I want some of that on there as well. And then I might go up here. And then it's also splatters, so that's why I'm kind of just splattering on some water. And then what other color should I do? I think this one's speckled egg. I'm gonna add that as well. And this is pretty watered down. And let's get some of this in there. It's a little darker. Okay, now what I'm going to do is take some of those colors, those same colors, grab them, and then make a pretty light wash on the side here. and then just kind of splatter some of those on. Those colors. I do think that the color would move around a lot better on watercolor paper, but I just like the mixed media paper. Let's do this one. I'm not 100% sure what color this is, but it's pretty. It's a blue, so. Okay, now I'm gonna dry this and then add a little bit more color and splatters. I have my wash. Now I'm gonna take this fan brush and then I'm just gonna kind of splatter on some of this darker color. Just like that. And then I'm gonna take some more water because I don't want them to actually be like splattered like that. I just kind of want to add a little bit darker areas. So I'm just gonna splatter some of this water on there and then help that kind of move around. And it doesn't have to be perfect, right? I'll take a smaller brush here. I'm going to take a paper towel and then kind of lift up some of that water. Then I'm going to start adding a little bit more color on top in some areas. Just like that. More splatters. And you could see, well, I don't know if you can see, but it's picking up some of that purple that's on my cooling rack. And then what I always like to do is turn my paper. See how this side is like all white? So you kind of miss some stuff if you don't kind of move your paper around a little bit. So. Add a couple more spots with this darker color here. This is actually really fun. And of course, you can use whatever watercolors you like to use. I love, oh, I just kicked over my trash can. I love my distress watercolor pencils, and I don't use them as much as I should because I love my sprays. That's like my go-to. So whenever I can use these, I will. Whether it's the pencils themselves or these palettes. Gonna hopefully, there we go, some more water. And then I really like these grays, like these gray blues, whatever these are. Maybe like weathered wood and speckled egg, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just kind of mixing the two. Then I'll go in and add some more water. This mixed media paper can handle quite a lot. So now I'm gonna dry this. As I'm drying it, I'm just gonna kind of flick on some more water, and then that way it kind of helps dry it in place. And then adding more depth to the background. All right, so I added a little bit of these white splatters. That turned a little bit gray. So I'm actually going to take some of this gloss spray and add some white splatters that way. And then you always want to make sure that you're twisting or you're moving your paper. A little tip when you're done is to write the technique on the background. So for instance, this is a watercolor wash. Use what colors you used and maybe put that you splattered some water or whatever you're doing on your particular panel, because then you can have these in a folder and then you could refer back to them whenever you are stuck and trying to think of something to do. And then that way you have exactly the colors you used and what the technique was. I suggest doing this in all of my technique focused classes, like my distress watercolor pencil classes, crayon classes, whatever it is that we're doing, because sometimes having all of the panels just there can be overwhelming, especially like 6 months down the road. You're probably not going to remember 100% of every single one that you did. So just to give you a little idea on how to save these and put them in like a technique binder, and then that way you have them all on hand and ready to go. So day 1 is done. We did a watercolor wash background and some splatters. Super fun, easy. And be sure to tag me. You can use the hashtag InkyWithTiffany or Create with Tiffany if you're sharing on social media, and be sure to tag me as well. I love to see it, and I will reshare if possible. Sometimes people have private Instagrams and then I'm not able to share it. So yeah, isn't that fun? So day 1 down, only 19 more to go.